We're always told that to get more done, to achieve more, we just need to do more. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the real key isn't in our to-do list, but in who we are? Today, we're going to explore this idea of leading yourself first by focusing not on what you do, but on who you're becoming. Just let that one sink in for a minute. This idea completely flips the script on how we think about achievement, right? It's saying our goals are basically just wishes unless our core identity, who we believe we are deep down, is solid enough to actually support them. And that's really the heart of it all. Real, lasting change, especially in leadership, doesn't come from just piling on more tasks or learning a few new tricks. It comes from a fundamental shift in who you believe yourself to be. Okay, so how does this actually work in the real world? Well, it all starts with understanding something called the identity trap. This is the sneaky but super powerful way our internal beliefs shape our external reality. And honestly, most of the time, we don't even notice it's happening. This is such a great way to think about habits. Every single time you choose to read a book instead of scrolling, you're casting a vote for I am a learner. Every time you keep a promise, you cast a vote for I am reliable. These little daily votes, they add up. They build the evidence for who you are. And our words, the way we talk to ourselves, are a huge part of this. Saying, I'm trying to be organized, well, it pretty much signals doubt to your brain. It implies struggle. But when you declare, I am an organized person, it's a statement of fact. It's an identity. And your brain immediately starts trying to line up your actions to match it. So this becomes the most important question, doesn't it? Forget what do I want to achieve for just a second. The real starting line for any meaningful change is deciding with real intention the kind of person you want to become. So if your actions are the votes that shape your identity, what's the engine that powers the whole system? Well, that brings us right to our mindset. At first glance, the difference here might seem kind of subtle, but trust me, it is everything. A fixed mindset basically says your skills are set in stone. You've either got it or you don't. But a growth mindset, it sees your abilities as things that can be built, developed, and improved with effort and hard work. And this is where it gets absolutely life-changing. When you have a growth mindset, failure isn't some final verdict on who you are. It's just feedback. Criticism isn't a personal attack. It's a chance to learn something new. And effort isn't a chore. It's the path itself. It's something to be proud of. Oh man, we have all been here. That feeling of hitting a brick wall. That little voice in your head that says, nope, can't do it. It feels like a dead end. But watch what happens when we add one tiny little word, yet. That single word turns a period into a comma. It transforms a dead end into a journey. It says, yeah, this is tough right now, but it's not permanent. It just cracks the door open to possibility. Okay, so we've talked about the difference between these two mindsets, but how do we actually build that growth mindset and use it to shape the identity we've chosen? Let's get practical. So we're coming right back to our big question. I want you to hold the answer to this in your head as we go through this next part. This isn't just theory. We're about to build a real blueprint for your own leadership. Here it is, your blueprint, and it's super simple, just 2 steps. First, you define it. You finish this sentence. I am the kind of leader who, and this is important, don't write about who you are right now. Write about who you're becoming. Second, you act. You have to ground that identity in a small, real action. Ask yourself, what's one tiny thing I can do today to prove this is true? So for example, using that little framework, your statement might be something like, I am the kind of leader who stays calm in chaos. Or maybe it's, I am the kind of leader who lifts others up when they're doubting themselves. See how these give you a really clear target for your actions? And this is just so crucial. Positive affirmations are great, but they're not enough on their own. You don't build an identity just by wishing for it. It's forged in the evidence of what you do. That one small action you take today, that's the proof your brain needs to start believing this new story about you. So as we start to pull all these powerful ideas together, I want you to think of this whole process as consciously writing the script for your future self. You're literally building your leadership from the inside out. And this is where it all just clicks together perfectly. These two things, identity and mindset, they're not separate. They're a team. Think about it. Your identity is your North Star. It's the destination you plug into your GPS. But your growth mindset, that's the engine. That's what gives you the grit and resilience to handle the bumps in the road and just keep going. You really need both. And this is the bottom line, isn't it? You can't truly inspire or empower anyone else until you've done the internal work yourself, until you've defined who you are and built the mindset to become that person. Real leadership is an inside job, first and foremost. All right, let's bring this all home. When you look at the deep connection between our identity, our mindset, and our ability to lead, what is the ultimate takeaway? I want to leave you with this powerful reframe. Maybe this whole journey isn't about inventing some new person from scratch. Maybe it's about chipping away all the doubt and the limiting beliefs to uncover the capable, incredible leader that was already there all along. And that's the final question I have for you. As you go from here, don't ask what you need to change into. Ask yourself this: who am I choosing to remember to be? Starting with my very next action.